up, Scallywags? This is Robert here from the fishbowl. What I'm doing is just going to do a little bit of maintenance today. We're going to knock out a bunch of water changes between the fish hall here and what we've been referring to as the blue room, which should be the new fish room, but that's we're going to call it the blue room. So this is what I do. This is the fish hall. I've got a bunch of 20s, 29s, 10s, and then there's 3 totes along the bottom. My plan is to get the totes empty and only do plants in them and focus hardcore on the plants in the totes and move them so that they're only totes and no longer holding any fish. So here we go. This is my little gizmo that I made to do my fish stuff. Like, it was just from parts I had laying around from other projects. It's literally not glued. Like, this one's glued in, piece of PVC, just a couple of pieces of PVC. This here is just so I have a way to attach an inlet filter so I don't suck my little babies or anything like that. Ball valve, hose adapter, hose, little sucker to start things so that it can prime basically. And the way things are going, we're going to start here. But I'm not ready to do anything with it. I'm going to turn it off. What I'm going to do, I need to do the totes first. So the way I do my totes or anything low is, well, almost anything outside of this rack gets used to pump. This is just any submersible pump. This was the last big one I bought off of Amazon. My other one burned out, it just stopped working. Just like any other piece of electronic equipment, it's got a impeller inside of it. You may have to clean it if it makes funny noises, it doesn't start, things like that. This one I've had no problems with. I've had it a little bit over a year. You'll notice I carry buckets around. I have loads of buckets. You can't have too many buckets, and then when you've got hoses and things like that, you're gonna have water everywhere, so I always try to use a bucket to catch. Put loads of towels. So this is one of my DIY sponges. My wife ordered some acrylic boxes at one point in time for something. I borrowed a couple of them, and all I did was added a layer of whatever kind of media I had around. So these are some kind of media, probably from a Fluval bag. We've got a very coarse sponge in here. Sandwiched in between that, it looks like a piece of blue sponge. Nope, just these two. And then a couple more coarse ones on here at the bottom. This serves both mechanical and biological. If y'all look, that's nasty. That's nasty. I haven't cleaned this in a good 6 months or so, but I noticed it wasn't blowing as many bubbles as usual. So we're gonna give it a quick clean in the water that's pumping out of that tote into the sink. Okay, minutes later, it's all nice and clean. We can see the sponges, and these are just literally leftovers that I've had from other projects, from other tanks. I cut slits in them. I cram a piece of PVC through them. There's an air stone in here. Obviously, there's a lot of people out there doing different things. This is just for what I had from leftover parts, piece of PVC, elbow, airline. I drilled a bunch of holes. There's our air stone in there in the bottom. Cram it all together like this. Try to get that thing down where I can see it in the bottom. And that's one of the little filters in the tote. Can't get into the camera, but this is one of our electrically fried area guys. Look at this home today. Okay. Fucking in that. Okay, welcome back. Here's the pond. I'm going to add all the fish that we just took from that tote there to this pond. Kind of see bucket of fish. Good amount in there, close to 50, I think. Now, I did add a lot of fish to that tank. That's a lot of biological load on the filter. I will be doing water changes twice this week, which is a little bit more than normal. They'll actually be getting one later today, I hope. If not, it'll be tomorrow morning. I'll throw the thing on it and let it drain right into this drain. Okay, so we've added about 50 new fish to the pond this morning. We're gonna go in and see what they're doing, how they look. What's up, Scallywags? If you made it this far into the video, thanks for hanging out. Basically, what I started my day with yesterday was cleaning and scraping a tank for a friend of mine. He needed me to hold a tank that he bought because he's about an hour away. It needed resealed. I had some time, I had the stuff to do it, so I went ahead and just knocked it out for him. I had another tank I was already scraping. I worked on his a lot of the day. I didn't record any of the other tank scraping that I did because his was my big focus. This is not a DIY instructional or anything like that. It's just a time lapse of me doing the work. If you've got questions about sealing tanks and things like that, I've watched a bunch of videos. I've been pretty successful so far about it. I do point out that I have an electric caulk gun. That thing is amazing. It makes sealing it 100 times easier. The sealing part goes super quick. Ultimately, thanks for hanging out. Have a great rest of your day, Scallywags.